Hello everyone. In the last video, we have covered our three topics in chapter 3, that is working with MS Access 2010. And the topics we have covered are um, what is a database, the types of database, and the structure of a database, right? So in this video, we'll be um, covering the other portion. We have to start the topic, that is what is Microsoft Access. So I told you what is DBMS, right? Is a database management system under which we have many softwares, right? But what is Microsoft Access is basically the most popular and powerful RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System, where it serves as an integral part of Microsoft Office suite of applications. That means if we have installed MS Office suite or MS Office of any version, that means we are ready to use the Microsoft Access, right? It is used to organize and manipulate the data, yes, in the form of tables and all different kind of tables we'll be using, and I'll be telling you or demonstrating you how to create a table in this, the relationships and all, right? Whatever the key features of the components are there. So, and it organizes the data in the form of tables too. I'm telling you again and again, the data is being organized in the form of tables, and it is instead providing the facility to create relationship between these tables by using common fields. I told you in the previous video too that we have to create tables which are small in segments, right? Because Microsoft Access or RDBMS or DBMS is giving us the access to split the table into small fragments and all. So it is very easy for a user to search the data from different tables rather than searching from a single table which is having a huge data in it, and the chances of crashes are there, right? So, and what is next here in this? A relational database prevents duplication of data. Yes, data redundancy is not there, right? Another important feature of Access is that you can add, update, delete, view data, and establish a relations between the forms to find and retrieve data in the desired way by using queries. I told you in the video too that what are queries means. You want to search anything or you want to find anything, any sort of data in that database, so it helps us through query section, right? And print data in a specific layout by using reports. I told you reports too, that reports are basically helping us to take or generating those data in uh, printouts forms, right? Some other popular RDBMS are Sybase, which is very much common in MNCs. Oracle also is there, Oracle 8i, Oracle 9i, right? 10i is there, and SQL, that is SQL we used to say, but the name is not SQL. The name is structured query language, means the data is in the form of some organized structure, and we are putting queries on that structure to get our desired data, whatever we are finding, whatever the user is finding. Okay, so let me open Microsoft Access just to demonstrate to you what is MS Access, how we can access it. So I'm telling you the shortcut for this because we know that the software is installed in our C drive, but what is the shortcut just to so that it could consume less time? Window R, right? And MS Access, just MS Access. It will open MS Access, right? Now the screen is there where some features or some options are provided to you. You have to go to blank database because you are creating a blank database here. We'll give a file name here, that is practice class 8, sorry. Okay, so I'll tell you what is the use of this underscore because I'm using it. I'll tell you in the table. Now we are ready to create. Okay, there you go. We got our first table created here by default. that is table 1, but it is not yet saved. We have to save it and we have to give the name to the table. Okay, so I'm switching to the our chapter. To maintain students database in RDBMS, instead of entering all the records in a single table, we will split our fields into two tables having a common column such as roll number. Okay, so these two are the tables demonstrated here in the book. First is students information table, second is marks table. Okay, in the first table we have roll number, F name, father's name, address. Here you can write S name to student's name because F name is the field name they are written here. Father's name, address, telephone number, date of birth. Okay, and marks 2, that is the second table, is having the roll number, which is common to tables, percentage and grade. Okay, so I think you got it because these two tables are there and we have a common field that is roll number, so we'll be creating a relationship with the help of this column roll number. Okay, but how we'll do it practically, that I'll demonstrate it. Okay, so now students information table. Here I told you in the last video that roll number, F name, father's name are known as fields, and this horizontally row is known as record, right? And the values inside it is known as the data because these are the elements of a table. If any of the element is missing, you won't get your appropriate table constructed or created in the MS Access, right? Because all three things are the pillars of a table. You have to create it. You have to maintain this record. Okay, so I was telling you what is the difference between underscore and space. So see, this is roll number. ROLL is one word and number is the second word. Okay, similarly F underscore name. Underscore is basically it is helping us to create two words into one word. That means F was a letter, a kind of a word, right? And the name is the second word. If I'll put underscore in between, that means it will become one word. Okay, take an example of father's name again. Fathers is one word, name is the another word. So if I want to make one word father's name, right, then instead of space which is given here, I'll be putting underscore here. Okay, clear? I hope this thing is clear to you all. Okay, because underscore is creating a very important role in MS Access because we are using less space, but we are using more of underscores here, right? Because we have different tables here, because the name of the table will be larger, right? Larger to larger, because this is a database is must be secured, and for that the DBA, that is known as database administrator, used to protect their tables, and they are giving different unique names which you cannot predict it, you cannot think of it, because what kind of table okay, take an example of Instagram. So you have your accounts there. So those who have created Instagram, right, they have created a database at the end, right, back end, and you used to upload the videos, audios, how they used to how they are acting to it, or how they are saving your data, that is more complicated. So for that they have created different tables. So for you, suppose you are having a single account on Instagram, or one or two, how many I don't know. So take an example of one. If you are having one single Instagram account there, so they will be giving you different table name, right? Under that table name your credentials are saved, and say for example of other student or other person, those are using it, so same rule goes to that too, right? So I was telling you these two tables were there, and here they have given some hint to that instead of entering all record in a single table, try to split it into different tables. They have told you to two tables, but it's not mandatory to split it only into two tables. You can split it according to your data, right? Okay, so Next is features of Microsoft Access. First one is Access provides the facility to break large information into small parts. Yes, I told you to split it into different small fragments, right? Next is data redundancy, that is duplication of data is reduced. It increases the efficiency, speed, flexibility in searching and accessing information. That I'll definitely tell you how we are finding it with different tables. Next is Access facilitates sharing of data. You can share the data with different tables, right? Different users can use the same database. Yes, also, because you can share the data, that database, to different users too. They are having options to extract data according to the needs. Suppose in a company, okay, I'm taking an example of our school only. uh, Take an example of Educom Solutions. Now it is Ebix, the smart class owner, right? So they are using server and client layout. Server is in the server room, right? Before it was known as knowledge center, now it is server room, right? Where Educom server is placed. Now smart classes in different classes, that class itself known as the smart class, because we have a smart content there and the teacher used to teach through that content. Okay, that is why we are telling it as, or known as, smart classes. Smart class, the teachers are having their own login id password, and those login id passwords are saved in the server, which is placed in the server room of the knowledge center, right? And that login id credentials, suppose take an example of me. I am teaching 9 10th plus 1. So I am allotted three classes with different books. Those who are related to the computer sector, right? The IT sector, the subject IT, information technology, or the computer. So they have assigned through server, right, to the specific user ID, that is Sumit, right? So that means you can share the data whatever is desired. If I am teaching fifth or sixth, they'll be sharing fifth and sixth content, and so on. Next is Access provides data security features and maintains integrity, which is useful to make your data more consistent and reliable. Yes, we are provided with the passwords, user ID. If anyone knows the user ID, but it is very difficult to find out the password, right? Which we are setting it, and that is, basically used to a unique one. So it is providing the security features and maintaining the integrity of our data. Next is Access provides the facility to create data forms. Yes, you can create a forms. I told you in the last video how to create a, no, how to create a form. I didn't tell you. I told you what is the layout of a form, right? We'll be creating it if it is there in the book. I think is there, so that the user can enter the required information in the respective fields. You have labels, you have text boxes. Whenever you are signing up or creating any of the account on online, you are asked for filling up the form, that is known as a form, right? It also reduces that data entry errors because repetition is not allowed. Next is Queries helps you to get information on a specific topic. The information, okay, from the information stored in the database, that I'll tell you how to find and replace it. Reports allow you to present, okay, again and again they are telling you the reports allow you to present the data in a meaningful and summarized manner in the form of printouts or in the form of PDF or Excel or CSV common safe version, right? You can have it. Okay, next is the components. After components, we'll be switching to our Access, how to create a table, what are the key steps, primary key, secondary key, composite, everything will be there, right? Just listen it very carefully. This is very much important, right? Okay, so before learning about the various functions of Microsoft Access, they told you to get familiar with the various components of Microsoft Access window. Okay, so let's start with this. I'll be telling you here. This is quick access toolbar. Okay, it's written here too, and this chapter, this PDF will be shared too. You can see it if you miss some point. Next is title bar. So this is known as title bar, where when we were saving this database, we have given the title to this or give the file name. So that file name is acting as a title, and this is the title bar where it is shown. Next is file tab. Oh, we know that this is a file tab, this is a menu bar. We have a number of menus, right? Next is the tabs. This home, create, external data is known as tabs rather than menus, because with the enhancement of the technology, the company is used to, the Microsoft used to give a different version to Microsoft Office suites or different softwares. So they are now calling it as tabs, because under tab we have different options or menus. Next is object tab. This is object one, that is table one. Okay. Navigation. This is the navigation pane where you can see whatsoever tables you have created. So it will be shown here. Next is navigation buttons. Okay. Suppose we have this much long sheet. Also we have a number of columns. So just to go to the next column, you have this navigation buttons here. Next is the status bar. This is the status bar. The num lock is on. Let me switch it off. It will not display here. Okay, it has gone. Now I'm again pressing it. Okay, I'm switched on the caps lock. Now the scroll lock. Okay, all three have come, right? So it's a bit easy. This is the status bar. What is the status of the document? What the user is entering or not, right? Next is view buttons. So these are the buttons. Actually, I'll tell you later on, because side by side we have to cover this views too. So I'll tell you view button, because we have 4 views in the table. Okay. Next is ribbon. I think you know that, and I think in the previous years the teacher you should have told you that this is the ribbon, right? This thing is a ribbon where the options are placed. Let me hide this ribbon, then you will be able to identify what is a ribbon. Okay, can you see? No, because the ribbon is hidden now. Now let me unpin it. This is called pin and unpin, right? Like pinning a post or unpinning a post. You maybe, I think you know that. So create, under create in the ribbon you have a sub option. The external data you have sub options, right? So this is known as a ribbon. Okay, so I have already told you what is the title bar. Quick access toolbar. It's on the left side, top left. You have quick access of these 3 options, because it is displayed here: save, undo, redo. What if I want to see the print preview? It is there. I can see the print preview. It is easy, right? So instead of going to the file tab, right, then go to the print option, then go to the print preview. It is very easy to have these options on a quick access toolbar. That is known as quick access, immediate access to the tools which you want, right? Mode, refresh all, sync all, more commands. You want to insert the more commands, here it is. You want to delete the record, just add it, you delete it. You want to copy it, you have the copy, but it is here in the home tab. Why to repeat it again and again? So just delete a record. I think it's not here. You can yeah, it is here in the record group. These are known as views group, clipboard group, sort and filter group, records group, find group, text formatting group, and other than that we have create, under create, templates, tables, queries group, forms group, right? So let's start by not wasting our time, creating a blank database which we have already created and given the name, that is practice class 8th. Okay, so Microsoft Access allows you to either to create a new database from scratch means from the starting and from the beginning, or create a database by using pre-installed templates, or you are having a pre-installed templates. But let me just go through from a scratch so that I could tell you what or how to create it. So these are the steps given. Go to start, all program, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Access 2010 that I told you, but I have given you the shortcut command, that is window R, then write down MS Access. Let me show you, okay, so that it will be visible. Window plus R, then you will be writing ms access, then press enter. Okay, so this is the step. You can, I'm putting it here. Let me make it black color so that it is readable. Oh, okay, it is already, it's readable, I can see it. Window R, right? Then ms access, then press enter. Okay, these three options are there. You can have it. Okay, next is this we have already done. These were the steps. Next is working with tables. So now I have created, actually by default it is created, I have not created. When I created the database, it is created automatically. So now let me create a table here. So see, the view which is being displayed here is not the one where we'll be creating a field. Let me show you, the field, the table which is created here. Okay, this one. So ID. So these are basically, the table after creating a table. Basically, this is a screen where, the table must be created already. Then this sheet, this view will appear. Now, to create a table and, to like create fields, records, and data, you have to, click on this table, right? You right click on it, you go to design view, because we are designing it. We are not, it's not already created, we used to design it. So click on the design view. It will ask to save because it's not saved yet. So we have to, give the name here, students, sorry, information table. Okay, students, okay, different students are there, so that's why. Okay, it is saved now. The object is students information table. The name of the table is this. Okay, now we are having the field name and data type. These two, panes are very much important. Panes is not that dard wala pane. It's PANE. Okay. Let me show you. We have field grid pane and the field properties pane. Let me show you. Okay, here, view of a table. In the design view, right, we have field grid pane and field properties pane. Now I was creating a table. I'm coming to my whole topic, that is working with tables. Okay, here we were creating a table here, that is students information table, roll number. So ROLL space NO dot. Generally we are putting dot here because that is a short form, abbreviation form, right? But MS Access is not allowing any kind of dot here. If I'll be pressing enter, it will prompt, it's not allowed. Okay, so because you can see that does not follow Microsoft object naming rules. It's not under that naming rules. Press OK and just delete it and press enter. Okay, so either you write down full roll number. Okay, roll number here is the data type, like what kind of value will be entered under the roll number, right? So it should not be auto number, because if you are creating the table, from a scratch or for full class, you can take a auto roll number, but right, auto roll number will, help you creating automatic sequencing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, till the last one. And if you opt for, basically the roll number is the number itself, right? It is in the form of number. So either you select number or auto number, it's up to you. Next is F name. Okay, let us take student name. Okay, because it's a bit confusing. Student name must be in the textual form because we are not taking any number in the name, so it is in the form of text. Next is father's name. Father's name also in text. Let's keep it text. Next is address. Address can be alphanumeric, can be in alphabets, can be in numbers, because house number can be in both alphanumeric. So you just do one thing, make it text, because in text numbers are allowed, but in numbers texts are not allowed. Okay, telephone number, telenum. See, you can see that here tel dot is written, but this is a table created in Excel. While printing this book, while writing this book, they have created this in a table in Excel, just to demonstrate you, right? But in here dot is not allowed, so either you write mobile, right? Telephone is also correct. Telephone, it will be in number form. Next is date of birth. It's very important. Date of birth, either you write like this, okay, it's okay, or either you can give space. Date of birth, we have a separate data type, that is date and time, because it will definitely show that calendar there to select your appropriate birth date. Okay, okay, clear? So this we have done. Now you can save it, or you can press Ctrl S. Okay, it's both the same. Now click here, open. Okay, now you got this. You got all fields here, right? Next is roll number. Roll number, I am pressing 101. Enter. Student's name, Kabir. Next is Mr. Nanda. Okay. Address 675/B. Mundiya Kala. Let's take a local. 0161240746. Okay, you got this also. Now date of birth, I told you it will show you the calendar, so you have to select it, but there is one option, one problem is there, that is you cannot select the years. It is very difficult because this is 2019-18. You have to go through all 12 months there. So so the easiest part, how to identify, how to write in a simpler form, is to select any of the date. You get the format 06, that is dd hyphen mm hyphen yyyy, right? Got it? What I'm saying, that is 06 is the day, and 10 is the month, and 2016 is the year. So let me just write down on my own manually. Date of birth is 24/10/1989. Okay, got it, problem solved, right? Next, 102 is Manas. Next again Mr. J.R. Nanda. The same address, copy paste it. Okay, number is not the same, only one digit difference. Date of birth 16/09/1984. 103. Okay, so Vedima, M.R. Nanda is there. M.R. Nanda, a little difference, 775, right? So okay, see, the value you entered isn't valid for this field because it is larger than the field size. It is written there. So just delete one digit. It's simple, right? Next is common. Sorry. 7. Okay. So now the feature was to reduce the repetition. Now I am okay, by mistake I wrote 102 here. So when I'll be saving it, it will prompt me for the error because the changes you requested to the table were not successful because they would create duplicate values in the index, primary key or relationship. So change the data in the field. We got this, that there is a problem. See this pencil sign, sorry, that means it is denoting the error. Okay, now I am pressing Ctrl S. Index or primary key cannot contain a null value because it's not here. The number is not given here, but we are switched to the next, that is 104. Ridhima Saha, right? Mr. Tarun Sharma, right? Vamiya Kala. Okay, so 12, 10, sorry. Okay, now we are able to save it. Now it is saved. Okay, the redundancy of data is there. So this is the table. Now I was telling you the views. Let me check data types, which I've already told you. So let me explain again. Text, it is used to store text, combination of text, number that does not require calculation. I told you alphanumeric, right? Numbers, store numeric informations only, right? And it can, the maximum size of number field can be 16 bytes, and it can be of 255 characters. Characters, IT, that means it is used to, how many characters are there? IT2, then space will be calculated here. Do not think the space will not be calculated. The space will also be calculated here. So space, one space is equal to one character. Okay. Next, numbers 16 byte. I told you. Next is memo. Stores text and number up to 65536 characters. Memo, a kind of description box, right? You can write, or you can write a full answer, long answer, right? 65536 is a very long, space, the limit. It is used to for descriptive fields such as notes, comment, description. I told you now. Date and time, just to store your date of joining, date of leaving. You can write anything, right? We have taken date of birth. You can take date of joining, date of admission in the school, and all according to the customer's requirement. Next is auto number. Auto number generate a sequential number. I told you, right? It stores data as 4-byte value, typically used in primary keys. Yes or no is a boolean thing, because either it will be yes or no, either it is registered or it's unregistered. You can take this also. OLE is the object linking and embedding for the linking of the other document, right? Hyperlink, you know that creating a links into the web pages, right? And for this, files on an intranet or LAN on your computer must be there, and it stores 1 GB of data. Means a hyperlink can store up to 1 GB of maximum data, right? Lookup wizard helps you to create a field whose values are chosen from the values in another table, a kind of searching technique, searching table, searching wizard, right? Next is attachment. This data type allows you to attach. Okay, attach. What kind of data types or the extensions available to attach? That is images you can attach, spreadsheet file, that is Excel file, documents, that is Word file, charts, right? Charts can be flowchart or a pivot chart. Other types of supported files to the records in your database, like whatever your database is compatible with, you can attach it, so that it could send over emails, over your online email account. Calculated, this type is used when a user create table field that calculate values, kind of conditions. The calculations can include values from fields in the same table as well as from built-in access functions. This data type is used mostly in case of queries, forms, and tables, right? So can be used. Rich text is the simple text or combination of text and number that can be formatted using color and font colors you can give, right? Next is views of a table. I know it's a little blur, but it's readable, right? Views of a table, a total of here they have given 2 views here, but I'll be telling you there are a total of 4 views. First one is design view, which I told you, where we are actually designing our table, right? And under that we have 2, field grid pane and field properties pane. So this is a design view. This is a data sheet view. I'm telling you, right click, go to design view. This is a design view where we are designing it actually. 2 parts are there. This is the field grid, this one, right? This one is this whole column. Data type is called the field properties pane, like what kind of property this date of birth is belonging to, right? Next is data sheet view. It's not date sheet view, it's a data sheet view where we'll be actually having a data. Either you right click and open it, it will definitely automatically, so it will open the data sheet view. But like if you are going with the more accuracy, you should click here in the home tab, views. You have data sheet view. This is design view. This is data sheet view. Clicking on design view, clicking on data sheet view. Okay, I told you there are four. This is a pivot table view, right? Let me tell you this too. And another one is the pivot chart view, right? So let me show the pivot table view here. See, can you see this drop filter fields here? Filter fields, drop column fields here, drop row fields here. So let me first drop the fields only. Roll number is the field here. Okay, next is student's name. Okay, got it. Then father's name, I'm just dropping it here. Okay, query could not be processed or errors in the metadata manager. The father's name attribute manages ID or entry not valid because the ID is reversed word. Okay, we got your point. So let me delete this. Remove. Okay, and this must be removed. This also must be removed. Now we are role switching feed here. Roll number, all, telephone number, date of birth only. Okay, so now sorry, it's not coming here. What is the matter with this? Let me remove it. Then again. Okay, so here you got all your Kabir, Manas, Ridhima Saha. These four are their addresses, right? And sorry, and you will be okay. So this was a pivot table view, right? Pivot chart view. Here these are the, let me uncheck it, right? So now it is not showing here. There is a difference because I have deleted it. This was the table, right? The y-axis, the x-axis, right? If I'll be clicking here, it will show that pivot child field list. Okay, double clicking on it, it will show here student's name. It will show the student's name, right? Roll numbers according to the roll numbers, right? So our work is with two views, that is data sheet view and the design view. Okay, so we have created one table and we are opening it. This is the data sheet view. Switching between views, I told you, go to home tab, right? The views, you can switch it, or either you open and design view, click on it. Okay, creating a table, I told you how to create a table in design view, right? Or using templates. Okay, using templates, I'll tell you later. Creating tables in datasheet view. Let me save it and we'll create a new table here, right? Simply no. Documents, this one there, enable content, right? So let us open it. Now we'll be creating we have to create a new table here. Create and table. This is the another table again. It is showing here, this was our first table, this is the second table. Now let me close it. This one, creating tables in datasheet view. ID which is given here, ID is basically if you want to rename this field, you can rename it with the roll number. Enter, right? And when you press the enter, it will ask what is the data type. It is text. Next is field 1, that is student name. Enter, it will ask for text. Next is field, that is father's name, again, right? Text. Next is address. Okay, So next is click to add. So what is the you know data type of next one? Next we are creating telephone number, it will be number. Telephone number, okay. And next is date of birth. Sorry, press, okay, date of, let's press enter. And the data type for this, data filters, sorry, is date, sorry, let me delete this, we don't want this. Okay, so here roll number 101, you can write. It's it is not taking because roll number was automatic number. Student's name, let me just check. Student name Kabir, okay. Father's name Mr. Nanda, address 675 slash B Kalam, okay. So like this, so you can create table in a data sheet view. Let's control S, data sheet view table, okay. So this was design view table, data sheet view table, okay. You got the same table like this. If you wanna change it, you can change it, but roll number is auto number, it won't come, you cannot make it manual entry here. Next is you're using templates. Let me save this file, it's already saved. I am crossing it, and I told you what is the shortcut, window R, then MS Access, using templates. So now available templates, can you see this? Office.com templates, okay. So these are basically the templates, right, where we'll be using it. Asset contacts, if you want to make a database of contacts, if you want to issue something, books and all, you can use this template. If you are creating anywhere, let me go to contacts. I am clicking on the contacts template, okay. Now under the contacts template, we have n number of, not n number, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 only, 8 templates. Students, task management, personal contact, call tracker, desk, how to calculate age and all, faculty, students. I am double clicking on students. Now the template is downloaded, right. It is preparing the file, the database. So once it is processed, we'll be clicking on enable content, and we are ready to start entering it, right. Let us check. Okay, till then we can see our next, that is, okay, these points I've already covered to you, told you how to create it, right. Next is the note is given here. Fields can be added or deleted later on in a table by opening the table in the design view. I told you that you can delete it, you can remove it. On the design tab, select the insert rows options in the tool group. Yes, you can insert any of the row there, or you can simply click on next. A new blank row will be inserted. Yes, we know that. After inserting, a new row will be inserted here, and define the name, data type and properties for the field, the new field. Delete a row, same design tab, tool group, delete row button, insert row button, delete, okay. So I think it is processed, but it's not showing here. Okay, welcome to the student database. Using the student, get started, enable content, get started, okay. So this is basically the database, the full-fledged database. Can you see this? These all are the tables, right. You see in the design view what they have used: ID, auto number, object type is text, object name, filter string, sort, okay. Open it. So you can basically, this is what do we say, a layout. You can give the name here, you just open it. This is a query section, these are the forms. Let me show you the form. This is the form, right? These are the forms, these are the reports, macros, modules. We are not using macros and modules because it needs programming here, right? Because it's not covered in there. But I'll show you. Reports, forms, queries, tables. I told you three elements of a table are. I told you the elements also. I told you the structure of a table too. Tables, structure of a database, sorry. Tables, queries, forms, and reports. Four were there. All students' reports you want, right? Or allergies and medications, emergency contact, guardian. This is blank because you have not entered any of the data. You first enter the data in the filters, guardians. In the guardians, you have company, last name, first name, email, right? I told you you can go ahead by scrolling it. Names. This is the attachment. The attachment sign. Okay, you want to attach something, you can attach here. Right? New, automatically generated company. When you will be filling it, you will come to the next row. Okay, so this is creating a database through templates. Next is primary key. Primary key is a check on the table that uniquely identifies each record in a table. So now you tell what is a primary key in this table. Primary key is basically helping you to find the unique entry. Company's name can be same, first name, last name can be same, email address you know can be same to some extent, but not the domain name. Job title can be same, business phone number no, phone number cannot be same, right? Home phone cannot be same, mobile number cannot be same, right? ID strictly cannot be same because ID is the unique ID which is provided to the employee or to the student, like your admission ID, admission number. Your ID number is a bit different, it's always unique, it can't be same with other, right? So primary key is the key which is basically helping the user to find a unique entry in a record and uniquely identifies each record in a table. It does not contain any duplicate data, right? Table can have only one primary key. Access uses the primary key to relate the tables, records, those in another table. Let us understand it. It is written here, right? Example they have given, but I told you now. I have demonstrated you the ID number and all. Setting a primary key. So how we can set a primary key? Let me tell you how to set a primary key. Suppose settings. In this settings table, let me go to design view first. So these two fields are given, ID and show welcome. Can you see this key here before this ID? This is already set as primary key. Click on this, right click this and click on primary. Now it is hidden, it's not, the ID is no more a primary key. If you want to set it primary, right click and primary. Now it is primary key. It's simple as that. Okay. Design view, I told you, go to right click and that is same steps, right? Next is entering data in a table. I have already shown to you how to write a data in a table. Adding records. Adding record. To add a record, you can add a new record to a table in three ways. Select the new command on the home tab in the records group. This is basically the textual kind of thing. You want to, let me open the other one which I have created. No, okay, students information and this one, two tables were there. Suppose I want to insert a new record in this. So now select the new command on the home tab in the records group. Home records group new. Okay, it is created. Either you just press enter or you can go to home records new, it is created, or click the new blank record button on the record navigation bar at the bottom of the access window here, because we were already here, that is why it is not enabled. Click here, You want to insert, click, okay, it is inserted the second way. Third, simply start typing in the row below the last edit record, okay, which I told you. Enter the third one, okay. I hope it is clear. To save a record, click on the save command, right? I told you, go to file, or you just save, or you have a quick access toolbar, save, or you can simply control S. It's written only, only one way is given, but I told you the three ways, okay. Next is editing records in a table. So you can edit a record in a table. I told you, right? You just do one thing, click on any specific cell, you just start modifying the data, right? Adding and deleting a field. If you want to delete a field, how you will be deleting it? Date of birth you want to delete, click on date of birth, right click and delete field, it will be deleted, okay. Yes, permanently delete, it is done, and you cannot undo it. Simply you cannot undo it. Adding a field, you want to add a field, basically click to add, it's already given here. Or if you want to insert a field, just click on, suppose you want to insert a field before telephone, you will click on telephone and insert a field. You want to insert a field in between student's name and father's name, click on father's name, insert field, okay, it will be inserted. Simple. Next is moving a field. How to move a field? Open the table in a datasheet view, okay, we are opening in a datasheet, we are opening it in a datasheet view, it's already in a datasheet view. Select the field name, drag and drop the field to the desired location. Suppose you want address to be at the last, click, okay, while dragging you will find a dark line appearing between the fields. This indicates the position where the, okay, it's not moving now. Click 1 2 3, dark line, can you see? Click here. You have to be very much precise in dragging because it's not that simple. Click here, you just hold it. When this blue line comes, this one, right, and the box below that cursor come, then you are able to move it. Now black, okay, clear. Next is sorting data within a table. How to sort a data? So let's suppose we want to make it in an alphabet order. This Kabir, Manas, Ridhima, Ridhimansa. Click here, arrow button, sort A to Z. A to Z. Okay, it's already in the alphabetical order because K, then after M, then R, right? So let me write here Aradhya. If I'll be again null value is not there, 105. Let me, okay, I have Z to A, R will come up, and if I'll be coming A to Z, Aradhya will come at the top, right? It is simple, clear. Or it's not this name only, you can do any sorting on any of this column or field. Closing access application. So we know that we'll be pressing Alt F4, it will close it, right? But step by step closing is bit important. So click on file, then close database. You have to close the database. If you exit it, there can be a chance of crashes of your database, right? We have created only a single table here, but it is better to go step by step so that we could memorize it, or it got memorized in our brain. Do you want to save the changes? Yes, we want to save the changes. It is closed now, close it. Okay, so next is opening an existing database. How to open an existing database? You just go to MS Access, open, it will ask this one. Now double click, whatever changes we have made, it's there. Now open the database. So this was our chapter, right? Hope you like it. I hope you understood each and every aspect of this chapter, which is very much important. If you have any kind of query, you can ask uh, in my in the comment section also, and the official channel which is already given to you, that is through ERP Schoolpad. You can also come up with your queries with that ERP channel, right? uh, that's all from my side. Hope you understand each and everything. Have a nice day. Thank you.